Hey, what's up, everybody? Hello, Lucas. Hey, Lucas Peterson always comes to my streams. You're like the MVP, Lucas. Anton, and Matthew, and Evan, and Vitor, and New Mono, Stan, Angelotic. So I don't really know what this game is. I got sent a code for it, and I felt kind of bad because I haven't played it for it, and they sent it ages ago. It's on Switch. It's also on like Steam and stuff. It's called The King's Bird, and it's supposed to be this sort of precision platformer thing, so I thought we'd just give it a go. Oh my. Okay, so this is the very beginning of the game. I have not played this. I might turn the volume down a little bit. Okay, so it's a bit of a sort of indie, arty sort of platformer, it seems. But from what I've read from the Steam reviews and stuff, it's kind of got a little bit of Dust Force in there, a little bit of Meat Boy, a little bit of Celeste. So we could find something good here. We'll give it a go, is what I thought. Let's just give it a go. So this ring is about to enclose me. Ooh. Okay. Was that a bad thing to happen? I don't know. Let's have a go at this game. So this is also in Twitch Prime's free games this month, apparently. Okay, I didn't know that. Well, there we go. So that's cool. I saw that Twitch Prime also had Snake Pass as one of their videos, as one of their games. All right. So I was just playing a game called Ape Out, and it kind of has a somewhat similar art style, where it's sort of silhouettes and whatnot. Okay, so the problem is that, you know, the Switch is amazing, but it is a little bit like underpowered. So you sometimes have games that run a little bit poopy on it. Okay, whew, oh my. So I'm like struggling to like see this. Is it just me, or is it in my eyes? Okay, so we got like wall running up things. We got Mark, are you going to GDC next week? No, I'm not. I mean, the stream will probably be worse because this is the stream, I think, is at 30 FPS, and obviously the game is trying to do 60. So I'm going to want to do that. No, unfortunately, not going to GDC this year. Just got loads of. Is that a real person or is that a statue? Got lots of real life stuff going on. I was very kind. The GDC people. My lighting's a bit off. The GDC people were very kind to give me a pass to the vault. Is this like story stuff? So I'll be able to watch the talks once they're done and whatnot. Yeah. Anyway, so there's some stuff happening. I guess this is story. There was a pyramid, maybe. Who knows? Right. So. Am I in is this a Metroidvania? I really should have done a bit more research. I don't really know much about this game. Am I in a hub world? Is this the game? Let's just keep running to the left, which is not where you normally go. Oh, it's got like a, oh my, like a sort of Mirror's Edge style like roll when you land. To kind of like keep your momentum. I like that. I like that already. I'm into it. Okay. Now we're in green world, and there's white stuff. you gotta take it on face value what this stuff is. Okay. Here's a dude. He's got, or maybe a woman, got a scarf. She can go in like a coffee ring, a coffee stain, and walk through that. Can I have that power? No. Okay. Please? No? Alright. Doesn't look like we're going to get this power. Right. So, I guess this is going to kill me. Or I can't get through that. So... oh, it's cute. She does little singing. I guess we're going to go the other way. And see if we can get that power. Maybe this is a Metroidvania. I didn't know that. So you got I'm trying to figure out the moves. So you got a sort of dash, and then you can do kind of like endless wall running if you jump, and you can dash on the ceiling almost. yeah, I mean, it's got a lot of movement options here. This would be a good game for speedrunners, maybe. Up the wall. Oops. So I've been kind of like... oh, there was like a person over there. Has the game got like a map? What's that button do? I'll take a screenshot. I've been kind of moving the stream, because I haven't streamed for a while, because I kind of realised that the fun thing to do on the stream, oh Jesus, is to show you a game that I like already, and like show you why it's cool. Because like some of my best streams have been stuff like Slay the Spire and Hitman. Have I really got to go all the way through here? Oh, hello. Okay, yes. But then I realised I haven't like played a game for ages that I'm like want to show you. I've been playing lots of random weird stuff. I finally finished Doom. Do you remember I made that video where I said like I never finished Doom 2016 even though I loved it? I finally finished it. It's real good. Yeah, I mean I kind of stand by what I said, that it is just kind of a bit samey and like the combat is just like endless, and so it was a little bit tricky to finish, but it was good. And they did keep introducing new stuff. I'm looking forward to Doom Eternal. I played Mass Effect for the first time. I never played Mass Effect before. It has not aged very well. The stuff with the characters, the dialogue between you and your parties is really cool. But the shooting and the Mako stuff, oof. Right, so I've got the coffee stain power now. Ooh, I got crazy power. Does that let me dash through the white stuff? It's very ambiguous, this game. But now I've got, when I press the right bumper, I kind of do this. Oh, I can't go down. I do this crazy move. Okay. Does he read the live chat? Yeah, kind of. It depends what is happening in the game. So if it's like something I've got to pay attention to, like now, I've got to watch. You can see my eyes on the screen. If I'm looking here, that's the live chat. If I'm looking here, that's the game. Right, I've got to keep following that lady maybe, but my character's going this way, so maybe not. Okay, that was the prologue, I suppose. It's called The King's Bird. Yeah. Let me have a look at this. The combat in ME1, Mass Effect 1 was always just kind of passable. Yeah, I mean, it just has aged worse and worse. So, should we go this way? I kind of want to get into... Oof. Or is this like the tutorial? Okay, let's go back to that white stuff and see if we can cross over it now. Let's get this. Let's be a Metroidvania. Oof. I find in the I don't know if it's just the Switch version, but like the frame rate or something, it's making everything a little bit sort of hazy and hard to see, and it's not super nice on the eyes, which is a shame because it's got a very distinctive art style, this game, the silhouettes and the bold colours, but it's just bluff. I think it's the frame rate, and I assume it's just the Switch, which is a shame because the Switch is so cool. But that's kind of why I haven't really played much on the Switch, because it's just kind of lots of, oh my god, you can build up some serious speed in this game. Aha. Alright, we got past the thing. Yeah, why I haven't played very much on the Switch is that it's just like inferior versions of loads of PC games I've already played. So that's a shame. I'm not normally like a PC Master Race guy. I find that whole stuff gross. But it's just in this case, it's like I've already played it all on Steam, so that's a shame. What else have I been playing? I've been playing Dead Cells, Devil May Cry 5 today. I thought about streaming it, but like it's a bit spoilerific, you know. The game's only just come out, and I'm not that good at it. And well, I'm okay, but it'll certainly be embarrassing, right? I guess that's like you die if you hit those things. Okay, oh man, I cannot read these things in movement. I mean, is it because I haven't got my glasses on? Okay, so you're saying L, what does that do? Oops. Oh, I died. What does L do? Oh, you can fly. I didn't know that. Okay. Oh, okay, there we go. How goes Metroid Prime, says Arden. Metroid Prime is done. I finished Metroid Prime, the game, and I've written the script, and it's in editing. So that is the next... Jesus Christ! You can get some serious speed in this game. So the next episode of Game Maker's Toolkit is Boss Keys on Metroid Prime. And it might annoy some people because I'm quite critical of Metroid Prime. This game is so crazy. I mean, I've got lots of nice things to say about it, but I think it definitely has its issues. I don't know how much in control of this. It probably looks like I'm being awesome on the stream, but I'm kind of just throwing my character at things. Oh, yeah. It's definitely a shame about the performance issues of this game, because I know like the Switch is like, oh crap, what do I do here? Let's have a look. So you kind of like jump and you can scrabble along the wall, the ceiling. So let's do that. There we go. Games like Snake Pass and the Sexy Brutale definitely struggle on the Switch, but you'd think like a 2D game would be fine. But does not seem to be the case. Oh yeah. Okay. Alex Gavin says, I think Metroid Prime 2 holds up better than the first one. Yes, possibly. It also has its own... Oh, God, hold on. This game... It's kind of like... It's like a Pooey Celeste. It's just not quite as tight as Celeste, but it does feel good when you kind of get it going. Yeah, in some ways Metroid Prime 2 is real good. I think one of the really smart things about that game, or sort of, is... What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. Okay. And then fly. Ooh. Okay, that's nice. Sorry, I will get back to my point about Metroid Prime 2 in 2 seconds. So Metroid Prime 2 kind of is secretly like a Zelda game because it's split into temples, which are kind of like Zelda dungeons. Oh, do I want to... Oops. And so, because like one of the main problems of Metroidvanias is... one of the main problems of Metroidvanias is the sort of explorable space just gets bigger and bigger. Why is my character slowing down so much? That was annoying. It gets bigger and bigger as the game goes on, to the point where you get an item. Oof. Right, I've got to figure this out. You get an item and then suddenly there's like the entire world to explore, and if you go away from the game, because these games are like 20 hours long, you go away for like 2 days, you come back, you don't know what's going on. Whereas a Zelda dungeon is really nice because you can play it all in one go, and the explorable space is just nice. Oh, come on. I don't quite understand what I'm doing. Okay, so I can like run down here. No, that's running. I got to keep... I don't really understand the controls of this game. Is there options? Gameplay. Show level info during play. No. Where's an assist mode? Oh, cool. Limitless cloak, no air resistance, invulnerability, resume. Wow, cool. As developers, we did our best to make the King's Bird accessible yet challenging. This mode allows players to adjust the game's difficulty for their preference, ensuring that everyone can experience the game in its entirety. I think that might even be a complete... what? How do I go? What? A complete copy of Celeste's assist mode, but that's okay, because that's good. You need to do like Mario World flying, go down and then up. Okay, so we're going to run down here, go up here. Oh, no, screwed it up, but I kind of see what you're saying now. What is... I can't even understand. It's like you kind of go up. Do I want to go on the bottom of that platform that's out there, do you think? Because I could maybe do that. That's weird. I don't understand why sometimes I stop going down it. Do I want to like do that? Oh jeez. Yeah, hold on. Is this my fault? Am I being an idiot, or is the game not adequately explaining its rules? I think that was good. That was better. Yay, I did it. I didn't quite know what I did, but it's like, you kind of, oh my god. This game is going to be quite difficult to like learn. You cannot just be a jackass. You kind of got to know what you're doing, but it's like, doesn't give you much. Doesn't give you much time. Oh my word, it's kind of cool. I'll give you that. I feel bad calling it Poopy Celeste. It's not Poopy Celeste. It's Good Celeste. But like I don't quite get the mechanics. Anyway, let me finish that thought about Metroid Prime 2 real quick. So the game's split into temples, and they're like miniature Metroidvanias. However, the first one you do is entirely self-contained. You go into the temple, and all the items you need are there, and to finish the dungeon, and then you kind of move on, and you kind of feel like you kind of need to forget about that temple. So the explorable space, the Metroidvania world, is just like one bit at a time. But then you go into the second one, and some of the items you need are back in the sort of hub world, and then some in the third dungeon. I think some of the items you need like back in the first dungeon, and so it kind of breaks the one thing that makes the game real cool. And yeah, it just turns into another good but like really overwhelming and daunting Metroidvania. Okay, so something's gone wrong here. Oh, sorry, I wasn't paying attention to this thing. Go down, then go right, and then go up. Oh, I see. So, right, let me do that again. So I can like go down. Okay. Woof. So going down, kind of gives you the sort of momentum. Can I go through here? Does that rain push me down? Oh, but you can't fly for very long. Goodness, they've got some really cool mechanics in this game. It's just it's quite a lot. But I could definitely see it like. What? You can kind of fly forever on the roofs of things. Got it, I guess. I'd say I'm maybe 50% of me being stupid, 50% of the game being a little bit sort of tricky to kind of read and fully grasp the mechanics. But I'll accept some stupidities. I've never played Metroid Prime 3, so I'm looking forward to playing that one as part of Boskies, I guess. Did anyone play Zero in Sega? Did anyone else play Zero in Sega? It's the same mechanic. I don't know what that means. Zero in Sega. Sega's a company. Right, so I'm kind of... so we got rule jumping. We've got like this thing of like, you can kind of go on a ceiling to get the dash up. What does that say? Outer Valley Woods. Enter. Okay. A lot of people, I don't understand. Is this a meme that I'm black? I don't know. I'm not black. Twin Trees Village. Okay. Have I played Crosscode? A little bit. It's not really my thing, but I can appreciate that it's cool. I like the assist mode. I'm down for all assist modes. But people do say it's got good dungeons, so maybe I've got to just give it a go. So, what are those things, do we think? So it looks like there's maybe like a sort of speed running system going on here. Okay, so like you can kind of get away with being a little bit pooey. I keep saying pooey today. But if you want to be the Kingsbird master, you gotta like know the strats which I sort of maybe have a little bit, but not really. And maybe you can collect those birds. What? I mean, how am I supposed to read that tutorial thing? I'm going at like 70 miles an hour. I can appreciate it's a difficult game to explain, but no. Nope. Okay. But there's kind of like two main things in this game. You got like this. You got right trigger, which is like gives you a dash that runs out after a while, but then you can replenish it by going on new surfaces, let's say. And then you got flying, which works kind of like the cape in Mario World, where you kind of have to use diving to get more height. Oh. So yeah, okay. And there was like a speed thing there. Okay, and so I did it. Sweet. It's pretty cool, this. Zero the Kamikaze Squirrel? Have I played the Messenger? A little bit. Okay, so that level's done. So this is and then we can go view replay. So it is kind of like Dust Force. No, you gotta like, you can do speed running type stuff. Alright, let's do some more levels. Is this a new game? I don't know how new it is, to be honest. I don't know. Kathane says, I always forget to read people's names in the chats. I do apologise. Kathane says, Mark, I don't know if this is your cup of tea. Sorry. Do you have any interest in Sekiro Shadows Die Twice? And the answer is yes, I do. I love FromSoft games. I'm not very good at them, typically. Though I finished Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 3. Oh, bugger. Never really played Dark Souls 2. Is there anything up there? I don't know. And I'm just... I wish... Sorry, I don't know how to do this. I wish I was better at Bloodborne. I really like the style of it. But, oh my god, that looked like I was amazing, but I was just made it up. Goodness me, this is like some Sonic the Hedgehog stuff going on here. This game is like better than Sonic, which isn't hard. But anyway, thank you, Sniflia, for your super chat. Sorry, I've got to try and like get the... What? Why is that not working? Maybe I've got to like fly... No. You can like fly up there? No. Why is that? Wasn't there like a thing where you can like... Ah, right. Yeah, you can like slide... That's a bit confusing. But like fly is on the same button as slide. Oh my. Okay, right, hold on. Because then you can kind of like hold down slide and then go into fly. Oh, okay. Kind of get that. Ooh, yeah. Well, the levels are quite short. Nice. Right, sorry. I keep getting distracted. Yes, into Sekiro. Want to play it? Someone's texting me. I don't know. It's my silly girlfriend. I want to play Sekiro. Right, yes, I want to play Sekiro, but it comes out when I'm going away for a few days. So, and now Activision is saying they're not sending out review copies for the game, so unfortunately I won't be able to get an early copy, and so I'll have to wait until I get back, and all the spoilers will be on the internet and so on and so forth. But never mind. It's okay. Alright, flying. Someone said my video got them addicted to Slay the Spire. That is very cool. I got so addicted to that game. I mean, it's funny because people are like, 45 hours is not much to play a video game. Look, I'm an adult. I've got like responsibilities. 45 hours on one game in a couple of weeks is a lot for me. That qualifies. Oops, as addicted. I thought the game was really cool. I mean, like, I totally understand that, like, people like, if you've played, if you know card games, then what I talk about is like not revelatory at all, which I say in the video, so I kind of don't mind that criticism. Oh yeah, I just like, freaking hell. So I played, Slay the Spire, and just kept playing it until I'd finished it with all 3 characters, and then was thought about playing some more, and then thought, you know what, if I just make a video that's kind of, for God's sake, usually enough just to kind of get me to stop playing a game. Like, once I make a video, I'm kind of done with that game for a while, and so I was like, right, I've got to make a Slay the Spire video so I never play again. Very precise, this game. I have to say, it's very good, this game. I haven't really been giving my opinion. There's some stuff I find frustrating, but I'm very impressed. To get a game like this feeling good and working and as responsive and everything as it is a grand feat. So much love to the developers. I very much apologise for calling it Poopy Celeste. That was rude. Okay, I'm still not entirely sure how you do stuff sometimes. Like, okay, so like there, I guess I need to use more of the dive. Oh, okay, I want a bit more dive. No, unless it's like I need to use. That was definitely wrong. I could maybe no. Let's get a bit of speed up. There we go. Yeah, I mean, this is actually pretty sweet. I'm kind of glad I streamed this. And it is gorgeous looking, nice. It is a gorgeous looking game. Super Beer Bro says, any similarities to Gris or Gris or GRIS in presentation? A little bit. It doesn't look as nice as Gris. Gris is an amazing looking game, but from the small amount of Gris, etc. I played, it was boring as hell. But this is actually like super fun. So I personally, and this is just me personally, but I will personally take a kind of iffy looking game, and this isn't even iffy, it's really nice looking, but like a sort of, it's not as nice as Gris, you know, but like a sort of slightly unpolished game that is super interesting and fun over a like really beautiful but completely boring game any day of the week. Personally speaking. But I can understand why people like dug Gris. Those platforms are a bit weird. They didn't really kind of fit the style of this game. Nope. Haven't quite got it yet. I still feel like a complete noob with this game. So I kind of want to like fly. Oh no. What am I doing? Is the question. I can kind of get up here now. Oh no, I could always do that. I kind of feel like maybe I need to like go back around there and then up there. Oh, that was pretty sweet. I like this game a lot. I'm giving this game 7 horses out of fish. It's real good. I mean, I can also see there's like these things I'm collecting. Just at the moment, I'm just getting to the end of the level is a challenge enough for me. Oh my. Okay, it's going to require some precision movement of the. I messed up. Oh, you know when I said I need precision movement? This is something that I lack. I bought it. I done it. Okay, and then So... right, so I kind of want to like jump off those things, like... Hey up. Hey up. Hey up. And then run up there, and then fly back over here. Nuts. Let me just get to the end of this level and then I'll like answer some of the chat. Oh, I keep pressing the wrong button now. Okay. Up here, and then like I messed it up. I don't quite know what I'm doing there. Bloody hell. Does this game have Coyote time, which is where the jump still works even if you've just left the platform? Okay, so I kind of want to like... Wow, okay, so you kind of run out of juice. So maybe I don't want to... Maybe I just want to fly from this one. That was close. That was close. Because like going that way was perilous. Okay. Let's have a little thinky think. So I need to go up here, and then I keep doing the same thing. This is the definition of madness. What do we think, ladies and gents? What do we think? Because I can kind of go up here, but then I run out of oxygen and die. So is the dive? Yes, the flying is limited. It's got quite a long reach on it. But I mean, so what we know is that the fly can be replenished on the underneath of things, but I've got nothing underneath. But I'm thinking like if I could... Oh, maybe I need to go... No, I mean like that's too difficult. Sorry, I keep pressing the wrong button now. Okay. Sorry, is the music too loud? So I can turn it down a little bit. Right, I'm struggling now. I'm struggling. I keep also forgetting to just press the right button. That was stupid. That was also stupid. We've got to fly under the platforms, people are saying. That's so hard. But I kind of... Okay, hold on. So I've got to like... No, because that's so difficult to get under the platform and like scrape along the top of it. But I'm gonna do it. No, I'm not. Okay, one more time before I don't know. I mean, I'm doing kind of cool stuff now. Maybe I could I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just like flying around like a crazy person. Oh. So you can't fly back onto the same wall, maybe? I thought I could like fly back onto it and then climb up higher. Like, right, this is the best we've ever done. No, it's not. Right, hold on. So don't have to go under the platforms, just get momentum. You can do it from the top. Hold on. Going under all in one swoop. I need. Do you get more boost from going under all in one swoop? So maybe that's like the thing is like I gotta go. But I don't. I'll run out of flying juice if I do that. If I go. Whoa! did it. I did it. That was crazy. Okay. Okay. That was a tricky one. I don't even know what I did. I'm going to have to watch that back later because I don't really know what I did. I just kind of flew. Okay, that was an email. So, have I done all the levels now? Or maybe I can get up there. I mean, definitely can get up there. No, I'm gonna need to get a bit of Mario welding up in here. Okay, here we go. Oops. I kind of like the idea of like it's a bit like Toki-Tori 2, where you kind of learn through the level. What? That's not a platform? That obviously looks like a platform. I guess it's a different colour than the ground. Oh, that's a shame. I kind of thought it'd be like kind of cool if like you didn't know how to get up there now, but then you did these levels and you've learned about momentum, and then you could fly up there and there'd be like a treasure or something. So that'd be kind of cool. But never mind. Because that's the bit of Toki-Tori, which is beautiful. Seeing you is like seeing the Watch Mojo girl. That's funny. Right, so I've kind of done. So maybe that's like you've got to do all of the hubs to get through this hub. This is like a hub of hubs, and that's to get through the hub to hub to hub. Who knows? Right, there's a hubby down here. Cliff drop woods. Off we go. I've been streaming for probably about a year now, so it's kind of funny when people are like, "I've never seen you in the world before," but there we go. That's how the world works. Have you played any Celeste mods? I didn't know Celeste mods exist. So no. Right. So sorry. Let me read this message from Technobabble, who's been dying for me to read his thing. He says, "I feel like I'm spamming. I just want to know if you've ever played VR, and if you think there are any huge or small challenges for developing for VR versus regular games." Yes, I play lots of VR. I have a PlayStation VR and an Oculus Rift. I love VR. I think it's great. It's a shame, bloody hell, that right. So. Oof, that does not give you a lot of time to like see that coming. It's a shame that it's not been taken on in a big way. The main issues of VR really is just the faff, to be honest, of setting it up. You can really see how this game has a good skill floor and a good a relatively low skill floor, apart from that bit I did before, and a very high skill ceiling, because you could absolutely race through these levels. Yes, so the main disadvantage of VR is just how much of a faff it is to just set it all up. It really is a big off-putting thing. I feel like I'm learning how to play this game, and it's quite satisfying. Whoa! That was a funny noise. Oh man, I kind of need to fly up there, and I don't. I mean, I think developing VR just seems like it's a completely different thing than making a normal game. But I think one of the advantages of VR. Oh man, this is tough. It is. I don't know if it's the controls of VR or what, but we just see so many different types of games, different genres. Is this just dead? Yeah, different genres than we see normally. There's like a normal number. There's like an equal number of games about shooting as there are about everything else. There's games about cooking and puzzle solving and all sorts of stuff, because it's just fun to touch things in VR and do different mechanics. This game does help you a lot, right? Like, even if you're kind of being a bit rubbish, you kind of still do it, which I think is a testament to the game's controls. That they're, or maybe, I don't know. I'm not being very cogent about VR right now. I do apologise. This game is taking a lot of my brain power, and I don't have very much to begin with, to be honest. Whee! Oh, okay. So I've got to like literally do that. I thought it was just something silly, which is like fly down here and then up. Okay, right, let's do that again. Is this your first time live streaming? Have you done this before? This is like my 1,000,000th time live streaming. Hooray! That was a nice end to the level. Okay, let's have a look. What these people are saying. Hey, I just want to say your content has helped me get better at making games, and your content keeps getting better and better. Thanks for the work. Thanks. That's very kind of you to say. The animation is breathtaking. It is very nice. I like the scarf. Yes, I'm very excited about Hollow Knight Silk's Song. Hollow Knight Silk's Song. My hair is like, it's like a hole in it. Like a hole. Yes, Hollow Knight is one of the best games of the last like 5 years. Like, it is incredible, and so any sequel is all right by me. Oh my! Hold on, I've kind of forgotten what the controls are. Oh my! Okay. Nope. Nope. Suddenly got very difficult. Nope. What? I'm just going to do it a bit. Just going to do it bit by bit. This bit. This bit. This bit. That bit. That bit. Oh, sorry. Checkpoint. Okay. Whee! Oh. You did it then. Whee! Whee! This game's nice. I like it. You'll forever go down as Poopy Celeste, but that's okay. So I need to... Oh my, how am I supposed to do that? I like that. Oh! Oh god. This game is not messing around, let me tell you that. Let me tell you that. I'll tell you that for free. I'll tell you that for zero money. This game does not mess around. Okay, and then up. Oh my, this game does not mess around. Okay, right, got it. Okay, got it. Oh. What? Can I go down here and then... Nope. Do I want to like... Oh, no. So what I'm thinking is I've got to like... Oh, bugger. Sorry, I keep forgetting to press the jump button, which is not helping matters. So let me just see what I've got to do. Have I got to go down here? Ah! Is that right? Am I back? Where am I? I'm so confused. Oh. Ding. Okay. I'm getting a surprising number of emails for 20 past 8. Where? I don't even know where I'm going. I thought I was going backwards. I bet there's like a secret that way. I hope there's a secret that way, otherwise I'll be disappointed. Please tell me there's a secret that way. Okay. Because there's like lots of opportunities for amazing secrets. I think this is like the best game I've ever played. Shit. I didn't... Oh man. I keep forgetting to jump before I even start that. Sorry. That's better. Well, no, it's not. Oh, can I even do this? Hey, there we go. I like it a lot. Do you stream on other services than YouTube? No, I streamed on Twitch for a bit. And the people at Twitch were very nice. They made me a Twitch member or whatever. And it was really cool. But I just had all these technical issues. And this thing where every time I streamed it would reset what the game title was to Sonic Mania. And then... so it just became this annoying meme, and I just like, forget it, and like I didn't get very many viewers, so I'm just like, I'll just go back to YouTube, where I can just hit stream and get like 500 viewers apparently. Now you'd think I'd like have learned how to play this game by now. I'm still like an idiot. But that's okay. Oh, hold on. No, hold on, let me start again. That was a practice. I kind of like this idea of like, oh my god, how did that happen? This idea of like starting down. I did it again. I did the exact same thing again. Wait, right, forget that. Start again. He's starting it. What? Hold on. Whee! Okay. This game's gonna take it all out of me. I'm pretty... Sorry, I'm like trying to pay attention now, so I can't talk. This level's very open. Oh no. Oh! I thought I could get through that. I was wrong. So there's like, okay, let's actually learn this thing of like, I can scrape along the ceiling and get some of my flying juice back, I guess. Nuts. So we're kind of using the same places, but like, oh my god! I'm like, my mind's being kind of blown a bit. This game's really cool. I'm gonna have to play it again on PC so I can record it. Some people are saying, Michael Nelson says, anybody else's audio insanely whack after resetting? No voice and just mashed up music. That's definitely wrong. How can you get no voice? Here we go. Alex Gavin says all the levels seem to end with a big finish. That one especially had really cool because I basically was like climbing up and then went down through the level I've already done and came back up again. Really sweet. Ansem says, what are your thoughts on the game's camera movement? Oops. Feels like it moves too fast while flying, almost snaps into place. I mean, it kind of has to be fast when you're flying, because you are just generally kind of fast. It's working so well, so far. Oh, that's tricky, isn't it? Oh man, hold on. I need to stop. I kind of am a bit of a spam on the old. What? on the climb. That's better. I was like, there's the like dash button. I'm kind of spamming it a little bit too much, so I could be a bit more sort of slow and deliberate. But I'm just like every opportunity I get. Whee! Oh, I'm using it. This game is not good for talking because I'm too busy. See, the level is now behind my microphone, which isn't handy. I think, does the camera zoom out? Bloody hell, on a Christ on a bike. Does the camera zoom out when you're flying? I think it does. Or at least when you get to a bit where you need to fly, maybe. And so, I kind of like the idea of like, you could possibly just do this entire level as one continuous movement, maybe, instead of doing what I'm doing, kind of sort of moving from checkpoint to checkpoint. Oh, bugger. This game is so cool. I'm still rubbish at it. Like, I don't... Like, how is this possible that I keep messing up this jump? Okay, that level was not under a big finish, but it's cool. So definitely there's something going on with the camera where, yeah, so D-Stick says seems like it's zooming out as you accelerate. Maybe. Okay, so I've done those levels. Did you finish Celeste? Ask Clockwork Games. Yes, I finished it. I didn't do all the B-sides and C-side levels. It got a bit tough for me. I was, I enjoyed it, the main game, and kind of felt like that level of challenge was enough for me and got like all the fun. I got fun out of it, so I was like happy to move on. Which I think is like a thing people don't often do in games, is just sort of say, I've kind of enjoyed myself now. I'm happy to go. So what's the deal? I don't quite understand the symbols. I don't know why. Does it need this hub world, do you think? Why? No. Can it not just be level to level? I don't know. Okay. Whoa. Okay. I'm just going to keep playing. Alex Carney has done a super chat. Says, "Hey Mark, love your videos. Thanks." So if you don't know, a super chat is a thing where you can kind of like pay for a comment, and I'll definitely read it. So if you've got like a comment, a question you really want me to answer, you can literally just pay me. Blackthorn Production says, "Hey Mark, hey Blackthorn, I like your videos. I'm a subscriber. I don't understand what most of them mean because they're all about coding." So I did my first bit of game coding the other day. I did a bit of Game Maker. Started learning Game Maker, and I'm into it. I'm enjoying it. So that's cool. Oh, well, that was stupid, wasn't it? That was stupid as well. This game might be a little bit generous with the checkpoints, because you can kind of like almost fake it till you make it. Whoa, not there, you can't. You kind of like bypass a bit almost by accident and then just never have to do it again. Okay, hold on. I'm like, it is a bit of a, like, you gotta like really be paying attention. So like there, if I'd have just slammed my head into that thing, I'd have come back to this checkpoint and been like, well, I guess I did do it technically, I just had a really bad landing. But then again, now I'm kind of eating my words a little bit, aren't I? We are here. Okay, nice. Oops. So... Okay, hold on. Why am I doing this? I can just... I guess that's the other thing, is like, you could just do this bit like playing Mario, right? Stupid stupid idiot, and just sort of move from platform to platform. So that's like the low skill floor, but then you could go back and do it like a maniac, and that's your high skill ceiling. So that's definitely a video I need to do, is about skill ceilings and floors. And maybe this would be a good case study. That was stupid. Up we go. Did I hit that checkpoint? Yes. And I still don't feel like 100% confident in what I'm doing all the time. I mean, I must be, because I'm kind of like, I'm definitely much more than I was when I began. Hold on, I've got to boot this guy because he's just spamming his keyboard. Let me just remove him from the chat. Can I impersonate an American accent? Can I impersonate an American accent? I think I can impersonate it. No, it's gone horribly wrong. The fun thing to do is if you say space ghettos in an American accent, you say space ghettos, it comes out as a Scottish person saying Spice Girls. So Space Ghettos is always a fun little thing to do. My goodness, this is a bonkers ass game. Oops. Okay, so I've kind of gone all the way to the left, and now I need to go all the way to the right. No, what's this? No, sorry, all the way to the. I've gone to the right. I need to go to the left. Sorry, I don't know my left and right. Ah! I'm such a noo-noo. Okay, let's get this checkpoint. And then there we go. Oh my. You certainly get some speed up. So it's like, also you could get that bird up there, I suppose. You could put a bird on it. Wow. So yes, the flying definitely does run out, but then you can do that and do that and do that and do that. I just really like the idea of like coming back to this. With more skills. Oh man, it's kind of this cool idea of like you go back over yourself on the level to like build up speed and stuff. It's pretty bonkers, this. Whoa! Oh man. Oh, sorry, the spam guy's back. I got to read a super chat as well. How do I like block a guy forever? Trevor the Gamer. Put user in timeout. Hide user on this channel. Okay. Now he just won't be able to say anything. Right, anyway. Cameron No Sai said, on your recent video about roguelikes, did you ever look at Dungeon of the Endless? It seemed like it did interesting things with the kind of progression you were discussing. Unfortunately, I have not played that game, so I will have to give that one a go. Dungeon of the Endless. I don't know much about it. Does the music change when I fly? Someone just said, Kappa Craft. I keep saying someone. Kappa Craft said, when you fly, Oprah kicks in. So there are definitely more vocals added in whenever you're flying. Dynamic music was nice. This game? What? I mean, what is this game? Is it... So, let's just have a look at it on the shop. because it seems to have gone a bit under the radar. No one's talking about this game. Has it got good reviews? I don't know. But I'm really enjoying it. Like, really enjoying it. How do you... So, search. Kings... That'll do. Search. The King's Bird. Unfortunately, we can't see the price. Who made this game? It doesn't... Oh, Graffiti Games. Have they made anything else? Joggernauts. Could be good. I'm not going to buy it. Doesn't look that great. King's Bird. It's just... you can... It's 5.2 gigabytes. That seems a lot. No, it doesn't. No. I don't know why I said that. Came out on the 2nd of Feb. No, sorry, the 12th of February. Okay. So it's been out a little while, but not too long. Okay. Hold on, there's another person spamming now. What's wrong with you people? Someone said, how are you streaming Switch? So Switch has just basically got an HDMI cable. HDMI out, you put the HDMI into a capture card and it streams. Right. Shall we... I don't think I haven't got tech. Have I got... Has my thing run out? My eShop. Has my eShop run out? Could play some Tetris 99. Nintendo Switch Online is what I meant. Nope. Why is the Switch shop laggy? Membership options. No. I don't have it anymore. My trial ran out. They give you such a crappy little trial, like 7 days or something. So these are my Switch games. Let's have a look. Let's see what we got on the Switch at the moment. So we got The King's Bird, which I've been playing, and it's pretty sweet. ARMS. Been playing a little bit of that. Kind of in it for this balance video I'm making. So just having a look. It's got some good stuff about, like, you know, like the whole like block beats, punch beats, grab beats, block, sort of triangular rock paper scissors of fighting games. Like ARMS does it really clearly and easily to explain. So kind of using that. So Android Cactus Plus. Enjoyed it on PC. The guys gave me a code so I could look at the accessibility stuff. It's got it's like a twin stick shooter, but you can play it with one stick because it's got auto aim. That's cool. Mario Odyssey, greatest game of all time. No, it's pretty good. It's very good. It's one of the best games. I have not played this, but I don't really want to download it. Tetris 99 is cool. It has not made me get a Switch Online subscription, but it's cool. It's very tense, that game. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is amazing. This game, I couldn't really get into it, to be honest. It felt a bit... I don't know, it just wasn't like, didn't inspire me. The Messenger I quite liked, but just was kind of like not amazing. Like, it's just kind of like plodding along, and I got to the bit where you turn it in between 8-bit and 16-bit, and I didn't really seem to understand like how it was changing like the actual way you played. It just looked different, and I don't know, I kind of got bored at that point. Sonic Mania, I've never liked a Sonic game, so this one didn't do it for me either. Blaster Master Zero, I love Blaster Master on the NES. This is like a weird remake. I didn't love it. Stardew Valley, I literally got because... So I played quite a bit of Stardew Valley on PC, and then I got it for my girlfriend. I thought she might be into it, and then she played it for like 5 minutes and was just like, this is boring. So I was like, well, that was a waste of money. Wonder Song's kind of nice. Me and my girlfriend enjoy doing the voices of the characters. It's like a whole game based around singing. Gardens Between, didn't play very much of that one. Splatoon 2 is pretty good. Dead Cells is fun. Bomb Chicken, it's got some good ideas. It's like Nitro makes good games on iPhone and stuff. And like they base the whole game around pooping out bombs in a really nice sort of Nintendo-like way. But I just felt like it has some issues of like, especially with the health system, where it's like a puzzle game and then you die towards the end of the game, and then towards the end of the level, and then you have to go back and do all the same puzzles again. I just got bored of repeating the same puzzles. I love Picross. Picross is so sweet. I quite like Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Zelda is literally a game of all time. Breath of the Wild. Snipperclips Plus is super fun. Celeste is great. Tokitori 2 is awesome. I wish they didn't add these stupid tutorials into the Switch version. They were just not necessary. Yoku's Island Express is a pinball Metroidvania, and it's alright. Minecraft is Minecraft, and 1-2 Switch is pretty dumb. Should we play some Messenger? Let's close the King's Bird. I'm going to come back to that King's Bird. I feel like there could be a video in that. It's pretty sweet. The save data backup of this software has failed. That's not good. You can try again by going to the home menu, opening the options menu for the software. It's not backed up. But is it still on my... Oh, that's why. Because I don't have the thing anymore. Right. That's like kind of bad. In that if your eShop trial runs out, it comes up with this like scary error screen saying your save game is deleted. Let's see if my save game is deleted. I'm kind of like nervous now. No, it's okay. 36 hours? That can't be right. Maybe it's 36 minutes. No, that can't be right either. I'll play a little bit of this, but it's been a long time since I played, so I've kind of forgotten everything. Okay. So there's like, what are all the buttons? So you got the grapple. Isn't there like a... Oh yeah, okay, so you got this thing, the glide. I thought it was a glide. And then, oh, you get like a double jump if you hit something with your sword. Oh man, after playing that King's Bird, this game feels so stodgy. The music in this game, I have to say, and this is going to sound kind of harsh, but the music in this game is trash. It's so bad. Okay, here we go. This kind of look like spikes, but you can land on them. I can't see. My microphone is in a really bad place. Which I know is really stupid. Okay. It's a bad idea to like go into a game that you haven't played for months, and towards the end of the game, I kind of expect to know what you're doing. I know it like turns into a Metroidvania and everything, which is interesting to me. God, I can't. This music is awful. I do apologise to whatever deaf person made the soundtrack to this game. Sorry, that's not funny. But oh my god, it is grating. Ouch. I'm not actually playing this game. I'm just doing something before I end the stream. Maybe I'll just... Yeah, sorry about that. Let me take some questions. How long have I been streaming? I've been streaming for an hour. So let me take some questions, and then I'll end. And then, yes, so I'll answer a few questions. So what's going on? Let me just get this back up so the stream title isn't wrong. What are your thoughts on 8-bit music theory? His stuff is like, if I'm thinking of the right person, his stuff is very in-depth, and so I don't really understand it because I don't know anything about music theory whatsoever. So he goes on about all this stuff I don't understand. So, and you know, I've got to rep my boy, GameScore Fanfare, who's the ultimate music game guy. So there we go. Hi Mark, says Evan Johnston writes. I got to put their names in. Hi Mark, do you have any genres you feel are unrepresented by devs, or you'd like to see more games in? Like every genre that isn't shooting people, right? Like, you know, more puzzle games and detective games and Metroidvanias and genres we haven't even seen yet. So and non-violent genres is the big one. What do you think of Resident Evil 2 2019? I enjoyed that. Yeah, it was good. It was hard, not hard, scary. I missed the X-Man. He scared me. Nice. Did the controls in Kingsburd feel good? Yes, it's a little bit like, I can't quite put my finger on exactly what it is. It's a bit like Sonic in that you kind of almost like lose control of it a little bit because it's just moving so fast, and you don't quite know what's going on. But for the most part, I'd say it's pretty good. The flying feels cool. I'd say maybe one of the things is you kind of like your scarf doesn't really tell you as much as it could. I feel like the scarf could be useful information to be like, you are dashing now. You are dashing, and the scarf could be a different colour for like, you are flying, because that's kind of the main thing, is just like how knowing when your dash is like run out and your flying is running out. The scarf does tell you about flying running out, but not so much dash. I don't know. Anyway, what game do you wish to forget all about just to replay it again? My favourite game, Broken Sword. If I could forget all the puzzles and what happens and where you go, that'd be incredible. It looks like Dust Force. Yes, there's definitely some Dust Force. There's some N+ in here. Yeah. When you fly, there's an adaptive soundtrack. That's very cool. Technobabble says, do you think there needs to be more games for teenage and younger audiences, or do you think it is fine? I guess you could see that there is a bit of a gap between, like, you've got games that are quite young focused, like sort of Mario Party and stuff like that, and then you've got adult games like shooters, and then in between there's maybe not as much. And I think it'd be cool to see games with more sort of young adult themes, the sort of the type of stuff you see in like the Hunger Games and whatnot. In terms of story, would be kind of cool. So yeah, I guess so. Riker Quackenbush says, why hasn't Link been made king yet? Now there's this thing called the Peter Principle, which is that in real life, people who are really good at something get promoted because they're really good to the point where they are in a job where they are no longer any good at it. This happened to me kind of when I was at Pocket Gamer. I was a writer at Pocket Gamer, and I was good at writing, and then I got promoted to being an editor, so I had to deal with like people, which wasn't my strong suit. I muddled along and did okay, but basically the thing I was good at, I got promoted so far up that I was no longer doing that. And so this is why Link is not a king, because he would be bored, sat on the throne all day, when he should be out there with his bow and arrow and his sword. That was a really sensible answer to a stupid question. Ollie Drumbum says, are you going to do another Hitman exclusive Target stream? I believe you mean elusive Target. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I never know when they're on. I need like a notification or something. Hey Mark, what's your favourite recent game that was poorly received, either critically or commercially? A poorly received game that I liked. You know, I generally find the critical consensus goes alright for me. I can't even think of anything. I mean, this game, The King's Bird, as in it's not been poorly received, it just hasn't been received. Let me just open up. Actually, that's the Switch. I was going to do on this. Let me just open up OpenCritic and see if this game has any reviews. The King's Bird, there it is. It's got a 69? Okay, I take it all back. This is the game. What? It's got loads of weeks? What? This guy says, Tom McShee at GameSpot says, the lovely aesthetics and graceful movement in King's Bird are undercut by a too steep difficulty and imprecise controls. Tom. I mean, it has got a steep difficulty. I don't know. I don't feel that. They had that one level I struggled with, but not so much. I think the controls are pretty good. Lawrence Lee at Gaming Trend says 55 out of 100. Rich gameplay concepts and lush aesthetics caged by suffocating level design and a weak story. Dude, Lawrence, who gives a whoop about the story. The constant clash between free-flowing movement and repetitive, often claustrophobic levels puts a dampener on the entire experience. Lawrence. Rebecca Stowe from Push Square says there are moments in The King's Bird where it's easy to lose yourself in the gameplay and striking visuals. Rocketing around colourful stages and indulging in the serene soundtrack is fun, but frustrating puzzle mechanics and little variance in the gameplay taint the experience. I haven't noticed any puzzles yet. Maybe I didn't get very far. Chandler Wood at PlayStation Lifestyle gave it a 5.5. He says, The King's Bird has a lot of potential in both the challenging and the serene, but its tolerance for mistakes gets a little bit too tight. It wants to be two games. On the one side, there's almost journey-like indie with beautiful gameplay, audio and visuals that calm the mind and soothe the soul. On the other, Serenity Forge wanted to create tough challenges that would feel like a triumph to overcome. While I was completely on board with the marriage of ideas at first, the two began to clash somewhat along the way as the trials no longer supported the gameplay. What Serenity Forge managed to do with the visuals and sound is on another level, but the loose gameplay mechanics never quite fit how precise the challenges are designed to be. Okay. There's also lots of positive reviews. I like it a lot. There we go. When was the greatest renaissance of gaming, in your opinion, asks the great Kazuka. Is it now? I mean, so renaissance is a very specific word to mean like when you remember or go back to ideas that were long gone. And I guess that has been happening somewhat recently, a little while back. I'd say maybe like 2008-ish, so when you had games, when like the indie scene basically came along, you had like Geometry Wars came along and said, hey, remember twin stick shooters? And you had games come along and said, hey, remember Bullet Hell? And like Dark Souls obviously was like, hey, remember when games were like super hard and didn't tell you where to go? So that was kind of like the Renaissance period, and it's been pretty good. So I'd say a little while back, but still coming for now. Hey Mark, which game are you most excited for? Asks Pebbles Animation. I'm really hyped for Cyberpunk 2077. I'm interested in that game. I'm really pumped for Doom Eternal. Just been like playing a lot of Doom. I'm kind of hyped for The Last of Us Part 2. Just like would like to give that a go. Metroid Prime 4. But I'm not really sure. I mean, Sekiro is kind of on the thing. But I'm not really sure exactly what I'm looking forward to. Oh, of course, Spelunky 2. That's the game. That's the game of all time. Simon Girard says Snake Pass was a very good game that wasn't very well received. Yeah, I mean Snake Pass probably had similar reviews of like it's really hard and annoying and it's like I get it. The game had a 74. Let's have a look at the reviews. No, wrong button. Let me look at the reviews. I'm just going to read reviews on a thing. So let's have a look. So a lot of good reviews, but then like Chad Safia at the National Post said, Sumo Digital's innovative 3D platformer successfully captures authentic snake physics, and in doing so makes us love our limbs all the more. Oof. People thought it was just frustrating, and I can see that. Will you be streaming some Mario Maker 2 in June? Asks Nick Pels. I almost certainly will, yes. I look forward to playing that very much. Hey Mark, says Luke Swearnigan, what's your favourite roguelike? You guys know the answer to that. My favourite roguelike is Spelunky, of course. In second place, I would say maybe Enter the Gungeon. I really like that. I really like Slay the Spire, as I showed. I like FTL and Into the Breach a lot, which I suppose you could count as roguelikes. Someone, the other day I read this idea of people calling roguelikes, get away from that name entirely, and just call them run-based games, which you kind of then put like arcadey stuff in, and like endless runners on iPhone and stuff. Just this idea of a game, instead of like this game I'm playing now, King's Field, where you like, King's Bird, sorry, where you go from level to level and kind of move through the story towards the end of the game. You got like a run-based game is just like you have one go at the whole game, and you've got to see how far you can get, and sometimes they're randomly generated and things like that. I like that as an idea, like Spelunky is this run-based game. Maybe that's a good idea. Spider-Man. Sorry, I just read that like completely earnestly. Spider-Man asks, Mark, what opened your eyes to the need for greater accessibility in gaming? That's a very nice question, Peter Parker. A few things. Personally, I suffer or live with repetitive strain injury. I got this a few years back, I got it I think in 2013, when I was working, I like worked too much at Pocket Game. I was typing and clicking all day long, and I developed repetitive strain injury, and I really struggled with certain games, especially button mashing games and things like that. Really struggle with that, and so I've really appreciated options in the games like God of War and your game Spider-Man and Uncharted Lost Legacy that lets you kind of hold buttons instead of doing button mashing and things like that. The auto accelerate in Mario Kart is fantastic. I've really struggled holding down buttons. The strength in my hand has just kind of gone. Also, my girlfriend has vestibular neuronitis, or had it, suffered from vestibular neuronitis, which is a thing that makes you dizzy. And so we've had lots of games where she hasn't been able to play them because the screen's moving too much. And then so when there's options that allow for turn off head bobbing and things like that, just made me really appreciate that like every game can be made more accessible just with some smart options and some smart choices. And it's just, I think most developers would happily put them in, but they maybe just don't know what to do. So that was kind of why I did Design for Disability. And I think an amazing thing, I really like this stuff you get in this game, which is this assist mode. This was another thing. I did talk a little bit about it in the video. I had to talk a lot about it, actually. The video about Celeste's assist mode. But basically, I used to think, I'm still going Spider-Man. I used to think that developers should be able to enforce like a playstyle on the player, because otherwise the kind of pure intention of the game can be lost, right? So when you play something like Fire Emblem Awakening and you boot it up and it says, do you want to have permadeath on and off? And I'm like, don't ask me, like, you designed the game, you tell me how to play the game. And so this idea of like giving the player too many options kind of muddies the water, as this idea. But then I played Celeste, where it had a mode very much like this on the screen right now, where it kind of just tells you like, hey, we want you to play it like it is because it's hard and that's the point. But if you really want to, because of any disability or whatever, turn on this assist mode. And that to me was like, okay, if you just like communicate to players, then you can put on whatever accessibility options you want, and then it won't muddy the waters. And there'll be like a few people who will like play through Celeste with assist mode on when they could have played it normally and they just wanted an easier game and they maybe miss out. But I'd rather have a few people, few able-bodied people screw up the game because they're being dumb, rather than a few disabled people not being able to play the game whatsoever because of not having those options. Yeah. Oh, DeJangles says, British Internet Voiceman, you are the best. I think that's a reference to my Psychonauts video, maybe, where I called myself British Internet Voiceman or something like that. Hudbus says, Mark, as someone who works in the accessibility field, thank you for taking the time to focus on the field of your videos. You're welcome. Thank you for your work in the field. Kath Kia says, who inspired you? What was it that made you make GMTK in the first place? I was inspired a lot by Every Frame of Painting, which was a video essay series about movies. What I really liked about that was there was kind of three things. Was one, that Tony Zhu, I think his name is, didn't need to be on screen. He didn't need to be like a PewDiePie guy. He could just be in the background talking. He also talked about like the craft of movies, like not the storylines and stuff. And I kind of like the idea of like the craft of games. And something else. Just this idea of like, you can make them look really nice if you're not using a camera and stuff. And so I just decided I'd do a video game version of that, and then here I am. Best Edgar Wright movie, asks Johnny R. You know, I think I really like Hot Fuzz, especially as someone who lives in the countryside. It very much touches me in a special place, and it's very funny. It's very clever. It's very good. Hey Mark, have you ever heard of the PlayStation Sly Cooper trilogy? If so, what are your thoughts? I played through Sly Cooper 1 late last year, very much enjoyed it, thought it had some cool stuff. Very mixed bag though. The main stuff, the actual sort of platforming and stealth stuff is really good, but the mini games, they're pretty bad. So it was very much a mixed bag. Some bits were good. Crosswind Crucible says, will we get another Metroid boss key style video? Yes, the next video on the channel is Metroid Prime boss keys. I'm kind of like starting to wane on boss keys. I'm kind of saying the same things a bit over and over again. I'm not really learning a huge amount anymore, so I'm going to wrap it up a little bit. I'm thinking I'm going to do maybe Metroid Prime 2, probably skip 3. 2. I'd like to do Axiom Verge, I'd like to do Hollow Knight, and kind of like just cut it off there. And maybe just come back to it every now and again in the future and just be like, hey, let's just talk about Resident Evil 2. Let's talk about God of War's Pandora Tower. Let's talk about Metroid Prime 4 when it comes out. Let's talk about Zelda Dungeon because the new Zelda games come out. So, you know, but I don't want to do boss keys forever. I'm kind of like, I'd rather just cut it off now than get completely sick of it. Someone said, okay, so Noah Hoffman says, is it okay to make an easy mode clearly not feel like the intended experience? Yeah, I think so. Like, this is what this game's doing. Like, you know, when you turn on invulnerability and no air resistance and limitless cloak, like, it's no longer the same game. But it's, you know, it's clearly explained as such. Oh no, Vegan Game says... Sorry, Vegan Game says, I'm releasing an essay on the first level of Super Mario Brothers this weekend. I have to warn you, there's like 1,000 essays on the first level of Super Mario Brothers. Everybody has talked about the first level of Super Mario Brothers now, so it's a bit boring. Yeah, I mean, Hollow Knight is the one I really want to do, and so I kind of just want to get on with it and just get on with the Hollow Knight boss keys. I think it's so cool, and I can't wait to do the video on it. So yeah, maybe I'll just like try and hurry this up. I'll get Metroid Prime 1 and 2 done. I'll maybe just skip straight to Hollow Knight. Yeah, forget Axiom Verge. Skip straight to Hollow Knight. And then I want to do a video called Making a Metroidvania, like making a murderer. Making a Metroidvania and just like talk about everything I've learned. Speaking of boss keys, will you ever do the video on Zelda dungeons in general? Yes, I will, Brady Hakes. I will do it. I got really burnt out on Zelda dungeons. It's just the truth of it is that I played so many Zelda dungeons, I've done so much writing about them and so much videos about them, that just the thought of doing more stuff about Zelda was just like made me want to die. So I needed a time, and it's now been about a year since I finished Boss Key Zelda, and maybe with the new one, the Link's Awakening Remastered coming out, maybe that will be an excuse to do a video about it. Let me answer like a few more questions. How have the British developed the ability to insult while being polite? Calling back to the music bashing, for example. I bashed music? No, I wasn't being polite. I said it was trash. I said it was absolutely awful. The British are very good at being very sarcastic, and Americans don't always pick up on it. So that's quite good. It's a nice way to skip around that. That was Spider-Man again. Crosswind Crucible says, what's amazing to me is that Team Cherry had never made a Metroidvania before. Very talented team. Yeah, very talented. Thomas Kalka, he's got like a line through the L. I guess that's like a Polish thing or something. Did you think about making an episode about Battle Royale genre and why it got so popular recently? You know, it's just, I don't really like Battle Royale games. And I feel like to do a video about them would be... I'd either have to do a video about why I don't like Battle Royale, which I don't think is very interesting. It's just, I just find it kind of boring where, yeah, I mean, did Vax that joke was bad. I shouldn't have said that. You know, the thing I don't like Battle Royale games is that you have to play for so long and there's nothing really happens, and then you get shot and you die and you just have to play for ages again. And I just cannot get into them. I've really struggled. I've played so many of them. I played loads of PUBG, I played loads of Fortnite, I played a fair amount of Apex Legends, and just a little bit of COD Blackout, and just never enjoyed any of them to any real degree. So I don't really want to do a video about why they're good or why they're bad. The one Battle Royale game I enjoyed was PUBG on iPad, because I actually did really good on it. But there you go. Let me answer a few more questions. Oh, Alain Barcelo said, what do you think about Chris Crawford's interactivity work? That's a very interesting question. So Chris Crawford, if you don't know, is this guy who used to make games back in the very earliest days of games. I can't remember which consoles he worked on, but maybe like Atari stuff. or maybe like really early PC stuff. Anyway, he like invented GDC, and then he did this talk where he was just like, video games are kind of dumb and limited. I'm going to go off and make games about talking to people and about relationships. And he ran out of the room and then never came back to games, but kind of secretly did in the background. He like ran this Kickstarter for this thing. I met Chris Crawford at an event, and I said to him, dude, have you played Shadow of Mordor? Which I was like, and he was like, sorry, say it again, because he's got really bad hearing. So I said, have you played Shadow of Mordor? And he said, what's that? I said, it's this game where it's like there's like enemies remember you, and there's these relationships between different characters, and it's got this like real potential for like dynamic storytelling and stuff. And he was like, no, I haven't played that game. And I was like, dude, play it. So who knows? Anyway, Didvac says, what are your thoughts on extra credits? Extra credits are really cool. I didn't know they existed really before I started doing my channel. I feel like extra credits is more academic, and they talk about games in more sort of general terms, and whereas I'm much more specific and I use examples a lot, so that we're kind of quite different, so that's kind of cool. Thanks for the videos in the stream, says Spider-Man. I gotta be off. Bye, Spider-Man. Spider-Man's got to go and fight the Green Goblin, and Jake Gyllenhaal dressed as a Roman god or whatever. Right, ask a few more questions. Evan Johnson says, hey Mark, any games that sound terrible on paper but you really like it anyway? I guess ARMS, like a behind the back fighting game, sounds kind of terrible, but they really pulled that off. Extra credits is kind of getting kind of bad, says Etienne Lechevalia. I gotta admit, I don't really like the new guy's voice. It's just a personal thing. It's not against the guy. He's just kind of got this very upbeat, like American, like, hey, what's up? I'm an American guy. And I much prefer Dan's voice, who, you know, ironically was very fast paced and squeaky, which is could have been annoying, but I don't know. I just preferred that. Right, I'm going to answer 3 more questions. Question number 1. I don't want to answer questions that are like, have you played this game? I'm now messing with my chair. Okay, so Colin Amos says, are there any game genres / formats that you think could work but no one's pulled off yet? I definitely think I'd love to see a game. I definitely think there's much more to be done with non-violent games, basically. We've got so many combat-driven games, and we definitely need more games that have action and are mechanically rich and interesting. Like this game. This is a game that has no combat in it, it's really cool, and it's mechanically rich and interesting, but has no combat. So we get games like Animal Crossing and The Sims and stuff like that that are non-violent, and they're really cool, and they have simulation depth, and they've got interesting stuff there, but they're not like action games. You don't need good grip of the controller and stuff. So we want games that have like the action and flow and depth and concentration of like Doom and Devil May Cry, but applied to non-violent games. And we got that with things like Tony Hawk's and platformers and stuff, but just more. Okay, Pixelgrapher says, what are your thoughts on QTEs as a gameplay feature, like in Detroit Become Human? So QTEs were kind of invented largely, or at least popularized in Shenmue, as this way to kind of make cutscenes a bit more dynamic and interesting and have gameplay in them. And then they were in like God of War and Resident Evil 4, and they were just kind of became this thing that was just like a thing appears on the screen, so you press the button on the controller, and it was kind of got like rote and boring and kind of dumb. And it's like better if you can kind of link the gameplay into the cutscene more, so like you're using the actual buttons. So like if you're like punching someone in the cutscene, you're like just hitting the punch button like you would normally in the game. But then I still think there is some good stuff with QTEs that they can be used really well. I think things like the microwave tunnel in Metal Gear Solid 4, where you're like hammering the button to make Snake crawl through, really kind of brings you into that character and makes you feel what he's thinking. I've had a number of games where you're like, you're in like this final boss with a fight, and like you just have to hammer the button like crazy to like punch them to death, and it does feel very like cathartic and good. I would never say like never use QTEs. And there's also a cool thing in Shenmue 2 where you have to not do the QTE. There's this thing where a character is about to give you is like shaving you, and he puts the knife to your neck, and you have to not do the QTE. It comes up, it's like beep 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 beep, like don't do it, and it's like a cool twist on it. Last question is from Johnny R, who says, do you have a passion for films as well as games? If so, what are a few of your favourites? Yes, I love films. For a while, I kind of was more into films than I was games, to be honest, but it's kind of switched back a little bit. I really like independent movies and dramas and stuff like that, kind of under the radar type stuff. I'm not really into like the big budget stuff. I actually watched Avengers Infinity War today, but and did kind of get into it, but it's kind of a dumb movie. They just kind of suck you in those Avengers movies, But so some movies that I've enjoyed recently have included. I really liked Vice. I thought it was really good. I mean, it's kind of like I get the criticisms that it's like kind of obvious, like and kind of very broad and almost cartoonish representation of Dick Cheney, but I thought it was very good. Nonetheless, I liked. What did I watch? I'm just looking at my letterbox. I really liked Private Life, which is on Netflix, which is a film about an older couple trying to conceive, and it's very funny, but also incredibly heartbreaking, and just an absolute bummer. I watched. What did I watch? Princess Sid, CYD, Princess Sid, a very, very moving movie about what it means to have a fulfilling life and this interesting relationship between a girl and a auntie. I liked Beach Rats, which is about a gay guy who can't come out to his friends. The Big Sick with Kumail Nanjiani was very good. I like Blue Jay, which is on Netflix at the moment, or all time, which is this black and white film about a couple coming back together after a long time, and wounds and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, Capacraft says, get to the game. Well, Capacraft, you'll be disappointed because I'm ending the stream, because you said that. Anyway, Evan Johnson says, I thought you didn't like button spamming because of repetitive strain injuries. You know what? Sometimes you gotta go through. Right, anyway. This is the end of the stream. It's been an hour and a long time. I'm now going to go and sleep, and it's been fun. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back sometime in the future with another video game, and we'll go from there. Anyway, cheers, and